What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Breakdown Sportscast. Happy New Year, everyone. Hope you all out there are doing well on a Monday evening. Hope you guys enjoyed your holidays. Ate some good food, opened some great presents, spent time with your family, watching football, whatever you were doing over the break. As Chris and I were, we hope you guys enjoyed it and recharged those batteries. So yeah, guys, hope you all are doing well on a Monday evening. As always, guys, we appreciate you all checking in with us, join us here on the show. You know where to find us. We're on multiple social media applications. If you want to find us on X, Instagram, TikTok, at BD Sportscast, you can find all of our content there. If you want to listen to us via podcast, you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whichever of your favorite podcast applications. You can just find the Breakdown Sportscast, any past and present episodes on there. And also, if you're tuning in to our live stream here on our official YouTube channel and also on our official Twitch channel at Breakdown Video Game Cast, where Chris and I play some video games from time to time. We appreciate you as well tuning in with us on there. So let your friends know about us. Let them know that we're here to provide some great content here in terms of college football and bringing you some of the best news out there. So yeah, guys, we appreciate all of your support, and let's make 2026 an even better year as we did 2025, guys. As always, we appreciate you guys' support. I'm with my good friend and co-host here. He is Chris Bolton. Chris, what's going on, man?
Nothing much, nothing much. Still licking my wounds as Ole Miss, the Rebs, man. They roughed up my Bulldogs. They roughed up Georgia over the holiday break. But it's all good though, man. It's all good. Yeah, it is what it is, and it's makes for a crazy Final Four. I know that much.
Yeah, it definitely does, man. Look, when you start looking around, Chris, and you find out that like, hey, everybody that's coaching to the national championship used to coach under Nick Saban. Man, you really look. If I was on college game day, I'm looking over to Nick Saban like, hey, you created this. These are your babies out here wreaking havoc in the college football playoffs. What do you think about that, Nick Saban?
and they beating up on other Saban disciples.
I know.
Mario beating Kirby Smart, a former Saban coordinator.
Oh man, well look, Chris. Some things just don't never change, do they?
Hey man, that just it. When you put it like that, I mean, it just shines a light on the greatness that, of course, we already know of Nick Saban, but like he still lives on today. the best of the best are guys that were on his staff.
Yeah. I look, after watching those quarterfinal games, I think it's prevalent, Chris. I think we can honestly say that Nick Saban definitely did leave his mark on the game of college football. He may not be out there coaching on Saturdays anymore in these big games that we've seen over the holidays, but man, he definitely did leave his mark. And seeing all of his disciples be competitive and really be successful, it's something to see. And hey, I think it's definitely made for good television, and it's going to continue to be good television because out of these four coaches, we're about to see who's going to prevail and hoist that CFP national championship trophy in the end of this thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, man, a great great holiday break. You had a great holiday break watching some of these games. Everything was good with you over the holidays.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Definitely.
man. That's good. That's good. Well, folks, Chris and I, we're not gonna hold you up too long. Sorry about the wait, but we get we always get ready for this show. We want to make sure we are in tip top shape to bring you a quality show, and I think what we'll give you, as always, is another quality show, giving our thoughts on what was a wild, wild weekend of college football, indeed. So we'll go ahead and kick things off, Chris, and just talk about the CFP quarterfinal games. Man, amazing games, Chris. I'm still reeling over that Sugar Bowl game. I think the refs are even reeling over that Sugar Bowl game because boy, they didn't want it to end.
No, and I mean,
They
my
wanted more.
goodness, like that game was something else, man. Woo, that was that was not the game I think Alabama fans were expecting, Corey.
Yeah, I think so, man. I think look, if you told Alabama fans that they wouldn't stay in the college football playoff, and instead Ole Miss will be the only representative
Yeah,
of the
even Georgia
SEC.
lost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like look, Alabama fans would probably look at you and be like, "Are you crazy? We're Alabama. They're Georgia. We run college football. If anybody's going to the CFP national championship, it's Bama and it's Georgia.
hmm
Indiana's not gonna take care of us. They've never been here
they,
before.
they did what Bama used to be doing to people, boy. That got real ignorant out there on that field. That was very, as they say, one sided.
Look, I'm gonna say this, Chris. At what we saw against Indiana, at I don't think they should have showed that on national television. I don't think
Yeah.
they should have showed that stomping to the Crimson Tide. I think that was TVMA for mature
Yeah.
adults.
That should have definitely been on Cinemax on a Saturday night after 11 p.m. But
Oh man,
hey, it is what it is.
yeah, no, it is what it is. For sure. Well, what were your thoughts overall, Chris? We'll talk about some of the other games, but we'll go ahead and just kick things off
hmm
um, with the Rose Bowl. That that was crazy. I've never seen Alabama look so lethargic in my entire life. I mean, even date back before Nick Saban got to Tuscaloosa, Chris. They at least
Yeah.
tried. This team, this team quit. You can tell they were ready to get out of Pasadena.
Yeah, man.
Insane.
I mean, it's a new era. It's a new day. These aren't the same kids that Nick Saban coached during his heyday.
It's a new generation.
Um, it's a new generation. It's a new staff, new culture, uh, and I mean, oddly enough, it's like Alabama is Lightning McQueen, and then you got the new car in Cars 3. Well, right beside Lightning, and all of a sudden just passes by Lightning and leaves him in the dust, and that's Coach Cinetti. Coach C, man, I know he's he's a little older, but he's a new hotness, and he's got this thing rolling. And it, Indiana's going to be tough to stop, Corey. I mean, this is a well coached, disciplined, motivated, driven team that has talent. But more importantly, they are 110% bought in and sipping the Kool Aid that Coach C is serving at every meeting, every practice, yeah, every walkthrough. Give me one more cup, Coach. I need another cup. they are bought in, and that's dangerous. It's hard to stop a team as bought in as Indiana is. It's almost honestly like you saw in the field. It's the opposite of Alabama. This team, they can run the ball. They will stop the run. There isn't no can. They will. They will stop the run. That's what they do. And you have a Heisman winning quarterback who leads the show. And you have one of the best coaches, schemers in in college football, or even in football in general, Corey. This Indiana team is very dangerous.
Agreed. Yeah, very, very dangerous, Chris. Like a team that can beat you in all three phases of the game. And Kurt Signetti, he talks about that a lot. Speaking of Kurt Signetti, that look, that eyebrow, that's a man that's on a mission. He was on a mission to put a shellacking on the Crimson Tide. Yeah, man. Everything that they did in that game, from an offensive standpoint, from a defensive standpoint, to special teams, they brought the pain to Bama and their
Mm-hmm.
fans. They had no answer. Kalen DeBoer had no answer. They broke their spirits. They took Ty Simpson, unfortunately, out of the game with broken ribs. Like I was literally watching that game, and I know you were too, Chris. And I was like, "What am I watching right now?" We
Mm-hmm.
we are literally witnessing, from what it seems on the outside looking in, the changing of the guard. A team in Indiana that no one was thinking about a couple years ago of being at this point in college football. They're closer to winning a national championship, and they look more than ever like old Alabama, old Georgia, than even those guys look in years past. It definitely has shown, Chris, and you're right that college football has changed. The culture has changed with a lot of these blue blood programs, and when you have a guy like Kurt Signetti and Indiana that's all in on college football now, you're gonna see things like this, and I don't think this is gonna stop. I think Indiana is here to stay. They're here to compete on a year-to-year basis.
When you look at how the work Indiana is doing in the portal right now, Corey, I think that's even more proof that they are here to stay. If there's anybody that's made noise in the portal, as soon as it's opened up, it's Indiana.
Yeah, they're close to getting Parker Liverstone from Texas, which we'll get back to that a little bit later in the show.
They already got the running back from Boston College.
Yeah, no, they're in it to win it, year in and year out. You better tighten up your chin strap, SEC.
And
Rest of the Big
um,
Ten.
aren't they getting the quarterback as well? If I'm
I
not
be,
mistaken.
I believe so. I have to look at the transfer portal. Like, folks, if you haven't been looking at the transfer portal, you gotta look at it. It's an ever changing dynamic by the hour. It is insane what's going on with that transfer portal. But I
So
think
yeah,
you are right, Chris.
yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure they have a blue chip quarterback coming in. Um, so Indiana, like if you think this is just a little 2 year burst, nah,
Nah.
nah. They are here to stay. As long as Kurt Signetti is on the sidelines, I think Indiana's in good hands. No All-State.
Yeah. oh hell! At this point, look, they might be insurance by Allstate at this point. Hey, they might can hand out Allstate vouchers to some of these teams at this point.
Look, man. But yeah, Indiana's the real deal. And they'll have a
Yeah, Josh Hoover from
Josh Hoover.
TCU.
Yeah,
Yeah,
TCU. Yep, that's what I thought. That's what I
had a
thought.
great year for the Horned Frogs. Now at
Another big year.
Indiana.
Exactly, and he'll do his thing at Indiana and go on to be a NFL draft pick after
Yeah,
next season.
yeah,
but
it's great.
but yeah, so Indiana did their thing, and now they set for the rematch against Oregon. Corey.
Yeah, against Oregon, indeed, and yeah, I mean we can go ahead and segue to that game real quick, yeah, or the lack thereof of an actual game. Um, just took it to Texas Tech. I mean, Bear Morton he had no answer for that Oregon defense, Chris. Like they really made him look like a JV quarterback in the Orange Bowl. It
Mm-hmm.
was sad to see.
No, it was tough, man. But Oregon, this was a team we expected to see and saw for the most part against James Madison, a team that's motivated, a team that's extremely talented. I mean, the roster is loaded, Corey, loaded with guys, especially on defense as well, full of athletes. And I feel like Texas Tech's defense, for what they were handed by their offense, they did as best as they could. They played a good game. Texas Tech's defense for the lack of production the offense gave them, but yeah, man, Oregon's just too much in this one. Dante Moore he's the real deal, and this team will. I'm curious to see how this battle goes against Indiana because these are two teams that are as hungry as they come. I know everybody at this point you're super motivated, but Indiana, I feel like, is a team that's like wanting to let the world know we are no one hit wonders. Like last year, that wasn't this is for real. Like we are about to win a national championship. And in Oregon, after getting embarrassed by Ohio State last year, it's like we're on a revenge tour. So you got two teams that are playing great football, peaking at the right moment, playing against each other. This should be a classic.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely going to be a doozy, Chris. I can't wait for this game. It's the Peach Bowl, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, this game is going to be special. Yeah, Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, Oregon, Indiana. The line right now has Indiana as a 3.5 point favorite. So I know a little bit later in the week, Chris. I want to get a little bit more in depth with your thoughts about this game. You know, maybe you're feeling it right now. Maybe we'll see what happens. You know, as the days progress on just how this game is
I,
going to
I
be.
don't know how it's going to go, man. I'm for real. Like, as much as I love Indiana, Oregon's talent is real. And so, yeah, this is a fun matchup. I'll play like that.
Yeah, no, it is. It definitely is. So yeah, I can't wait for this matchup, Chris, because we saw this game earlier in the season. Indiana came to Eugene, took care of
hmm
business. A lot of people at the time were like, how are they doing this? Was it a fluke? Clearly, it's not a fluke now. So, and yeah, look, if you can ask Oregon, you can ask Dan Lannon. He'll tell you it wasn't a fluke. We saw it firsthand and we had to get better.
Yeah.
So
Yep. And that's what makes this matchup so interesting because it's a new game.
right.
Not all games, not all rematches are exactly alike.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm curious to see how this rendition of Oregon and Indiana goes.
Yeah.
We've already seen before, Corey. We saw how a couple rematches have gone, and
Mm-hmm.
they've gone the other way.
Yeah.
Alabama beat Oklahoma. Ole Miss beat Georgia. I mean, you never know what you're going to get this time around, and that's what makes this game so interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, at this point, this season has been like a pendulum. It's been swinging back and forth, back and forth. So, will the pendulum swing Oregon's way? Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, you're absolutely
hmm
right, Chris. That's why you play the games on the field at the end of the day instead of on Twitter.
Right.
So yeah, man, I can't wait for that game. We'll definitely talk about it a little bit later in the week, probably on Wednesday, because I know um the other game that we'll be talking about is going to be on Thursday night between Ole Miss and Miami. So, but yeah, man, we'll see what happens. Indeed. Um, just real quick, we'll talk about. I mean, we pretty much chalked everything up in terms of, Ole Miss. I mean, just a remarkable win by beating Georgia. It just, I, I
With
think
no Lane
Trinidad
Kiffin.
Chambers, yeah, no Lane Kiffin, making Lane Kiffin look even more, like making him sweat it out, Chris. Like the transfer portal is open. You only got so much time to get your players to assemble your team for next season. And what do you know? Ole Miss is still playing football.
Corey, what if Ole Miss wins a national championship without Lane Kiffin? Like people, we know Lane Kiffin left because he wanted to go win a national championship, right?
Yeah,
Like he thought he couldn't win at Ole Miss.
yeah,
That's that's the, I think that's the main reason he left. It's he looked at the situation, looked at the landscape. All right, LSU has a stranglehold on the state of Louisiana. I can get any player I want out of the state of Louisiana. Most guys out of Texas, most guys out of Mississippi, most guys out of Arkansas I can pull from as well. And there's a track record where pretty much if you coach at LSU, you win at LSU. The only guy who hasn't won was Brian Kelly, and that's because he came in there trying to do things his own way instead of following the protocol. Um, and then you look at Ole Miss, no history of winning. You claim to won a national championship in what 1960, like 1962 was when
yeah.
you say you won a national championship, and it
Long
really
time
wasn't an
ago.
official national championship. And you've been having to raid the portal and be flawless with your execution when it comes to player evaluations at Ole Miss to be at the point where you're at. So yes, it has been more difficult, but it doesn't mean it's impossible. And if these guys win a national championship, Corey, without Lane Kiffin, I would love to be just a thought in his brain. I just would love to hear what's going on in his mind the second that happens, if that happens.
Look, if that happens, Chris, I'm right there with you. I wanna be a thought in like Kiffin's mind, and I also want to be a thought in Jeff Levy's mind. Oh my gosh! Can you
Oh man,
imagine being those two, and the Grove is just as ecstatic and jubilated as they can be, you know, saying we
yeah,
won a national championship in college, major college football. Oh my gosh! Those guys never
that's a
hear
good
the end of
point though, Corey. I
it.
mean, if Jeff Levy stays at Ole Miss a couple more seasons and does what I'm saying doesn't go after instead of him going to OU because he left Ole Miss and went to OU, and then from OU came to Mississippi State. And let's
Yep.
just say he sticks around a couple more seasons. It could be him and not Pete Golden. That's the head coach right now at Ole Miss, Corey.
Oh my gosh!
Just saying.
Oh, oh, what a tangle web we weave.
Just
Oh
saying.
man, that
Oh
that's
boy.
that would be cinema. That's all I gotta say. Just absolute cinema. The Martin Scorsese GIF, just cinema. Oh
But
man,
yeah, yeah. But no, like shout out to Ole Miss though for staying composed because they were down double digits in the second half. You gave up a touchdown, a defensive TD,
hmm
but these guys never quit. Trinidad Chambers, never say die. Incredible plays, extender badge on purple. Got the Hall of Fame off platform as well badge. Hall of Fame extender. Um, He's definitely a backfield creator. You know, he just throwing dimes, dots all over the field. Corey,
That play to Lacey is still it's still like fried in my brain on like how does he
he
get
ran
that
like
off?
28 yards, 30 yards before he threw the ball.
Yeah, insane. It was Johnny Manziel esque. It really
Yeah,
was
yeah. Um,
crazy play.
and he might be coming back. He's already committed to Ole Miss. So, if he's granted eligibility, that he'll be back.
Good luck, Jim
Uh,
Levy. You're gonna need it.
man, and yeah, yeah. So what they did against Georgia was big time. I mean, it had Kirby Smart coaching out of character. There were decisions I think Georgia made that were not Georgia like. I feel like even the coaching staff was rattled by what the performance Trinidad Chambers put on her.
Mm-hmm.
And so, man, when you are getting in Kirby Smart's head, you are doing something.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And boy, was Pete Golden in Kirby's head? And who would have thought that that would be a thing, a storyline in that game? You know, no one gets in Kirby Smart's head. Kirby Smart does the Houdini
Yeah,
style coaching.
he's the Dale Earnhardt, the OG Dale Earnhardt, rest in peace of
Yeah,
college football coaches. He's the intimidator.
right. Like, come on. Well, what dimension am I in right now?
Hey, it's a new CFB, man. It's a new college football where you got Indiana and Ole Miss, who honestly, Corey, just to go off on a quick little tangent.
Mm-hmm.
Ole Miss is low key Indiana South. Ole Miss has been right here in the mix, doing what Indiana has done, right there competing, built this thing up consistently. 10-win seasons, 11-win seasons now. Um, and who's to say Ole Miss is going anywhere? I feel like Ole Miss is committed. They feel like they are a power. It's you know what I'm saying? Like they are here to stay. And I don't know, man. Just if you're Lane Kiffin, are you sure you want to leave Indiana South for where you got to win? You have to win at LSU. They don't accept anything less than you bringing in a natty, and that's one natty. They expect one natty. They want multiple championships. They really think you're going to bring multiple championships. That's a lot of pressure, Corey, in today's college football, where unlike in the past, we got 12 teams now, and this sucker about to be 16 teams. There's a whole lot of possibility for variance and random L's that that previous tenures did not have to worry about. I mean, when Les Miles and Nick Saban won, you just played one bowl game, Corey. You just had the national championship. When Coach O won, you had the 14 playoff. You know what I'm saying? Like you just had a couple games you had to win. Now, player, you might have to win 3 or 4 of these suckers. That ain't finna be easy. There's a lot of variance that comes with that.
Yeah, yeah. Look, that brings the pressure on the coaches, on the players, on administrations, fans, all of it. Like, yeah, hey, if you're Georgia and you witness that loss in the Sugar Bowl, yeah, yeah, like that's that's just that's just the first layer. Like this is a 5 layer cake that you gotta go through. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not that easy anymore. It's just not that easy anymore to just say, hey, we're Georgia, we're LSU, we're Ohio State, whoever, Texas, and we're gonna come in here, we're gonna, compete for national championships, and we're always gonna be in this thing every single year. There's nothing you can do about it. Our resources are inevitable. Like
Just
resources is one thing, but
mm-hmm.
also Still analyzing and finding good talent that works for you is the most important thing, and coaching that talent also is the most important thing to building championship caliber football teams, and schools are seeing that right right here in living color.
And now these guys who used to be a number two on Alabama or a number two on Georgia, and you'll get mixed in. You know what I'm saying? And the next season will be your time. Now these guys are getting paid to be the number one at Ole Miss, the number one at Indiana, the number one at a Vanderbilt, whoever you want to throw out there, and they ain't got to sit behind the guys anymore. I can go start now. And even though I would be just a smidge, not as talent, well, just a smidge behind the guy who's a little older than me. He's going to get his last year in, and then I would take his spot. He ain't got to do that no more. And it's killing the blue bloods, Corey. It's killing the normal top dogs. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. But yeah, yeah, it is. It is. And to make a slight transition, something else that's being very impactful, Corey, is winning in-state recruiting battles. Miami lost one with Jeremiah Smith going to Ohio State. He's a Florida guy, Miami, out of Miami Gardens. But they made up for it with keeping Malachi Tony in state. And boy, has that move and getting other guys to commit to Miami, has that paid off? Oh man, that's tough. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. It really would. I'm curious. I would love to see how this plays out. I think he's going to stick around just because he seems like the kind of guy that wants to get back the old school way. I feel like he's a competitor like that. But if he pulls a KD, like a college football KD, because that's what that would be. You go to the team that put you out the playoffs, just like KD went to the Warriors after the Warriors were the ones that made them bounce out the playoffs. That'd be wild. That'd be wild. I think he'd get trolled on all the social media for doing that. But that game was that game was something else. Like Miami was dominant at the line of scrimmage, Corey, on both sides of the ball. Dominant. I mean, they punished Ohio State. Ruben Bain, you might as well say he could have pitched him a tent. I mean, he just could have got a fire going. He just lived in that backfield. He was right there. If Julian saying needed to go to the restroom, he was right there to wipe his ass for him. He was on his ass all game, Corey. It was a sight to see, and I think that film is the film that will stamp him as a top 5 pick in the draft in April.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with you, man. So, hey, look, man, this is a great time to be a college football fan. We're seeing things change in real time, Chris. Um, I, I can't wait to see which teams are headed to the national championship. It should be a fun time indeed. But yeah, yeah, seeing Ole Miss prevail in their game. Miami, like you said, Chris, Miami had an opportunity to become the next Ohio State. They're still alive in this thing. They still could potentially be that. Everything looked like it was crumbling down for them, and they found a way to win that Cotton Bowl and just really take it to Ohio State. Just a remarkable performance by Carson Beck, Malachi Tony, all of those guys. Fletcher, I love his ability at the running back position. He's really just a star that has shined in this college football playoff, Chris, at the position. I, I'm loving it. Yeah, we're going to see all of these stars battle it out for an opportunity of going to the college football national championship. It's going to be a great week of college football.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a movie, like you said, man. It's going to be cinema. You know, these games will. I'm sure they won't disappoint.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm hyped for both. Like Ole Miss or Miami will be in the national championship game, Corey.
I think so.
Think about that. Ole Miss or Miami. We're guaranteed one of those two teams. It's a blast in the past when it comes to Miami. It's 0-2 all over again. This is crazy. You
It
know what I'm
is.
saying? Or Ole Miss, the University of Mississippi,
Mm-hmm.
will be represented, will representing in the championship game. It's crazy to think about that either or that one of those two teams will be in the Natty. I mean, my mind is blown.
Yeah, yeah, definitely a crazy time indeed, Chris. Look, man, we're gonna see. We're gonna
And
see.
this Ole Miss team of all teams, not to say this isn't a good team, but like the last couple seasons, I feel like they've had more talented rosters than this
Yeah.
one. This is a good team now. Don't
Mm-hmm.
get me wrong. I don't think they're as good as the couple of the other teams, but it's that stuff. Is that sometimes you can't measure.
Mm-hmm.
You know what makes the teams so great a certain season. They clearly got the intangibles.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They clearly have it, and hey, I'd say with everything that happened with Ole Miss in terms of Lane and LSU and just all of that whole just debacle that happened there, they've really figured out a way to keep all of that stuff at bay and just play football. And that's one of the reasons why they're in the position that they're in. And you gotta tip your cap off to those guys. They could have easily gave
Yeah.
up, could have easily let all of the noise and hoopla get to them.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at them now, they're just 2 wins away from hoisting their first ever true college football national championship. I know they won one back in the 60s, but this would definitely be a milestone for this
Yeah.
program.
No, it feels like they're playing for each other.
Yeah.
Like they're not just trying to win. Like they're putting it all out there together. So that's dangerous, man. That's a tough team to beat.
It is. It definitely is, man. So yeah, we'll see what happens with all four of these programs. There's gonna be some good games coming up. Can't wait to break it all down on our reaction show, Chris, or our review show when we talk about these games and just kind of look at the fallout of everything
Yeah.
that happened. It should be a fun time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but before we talk about a little transfer portal news and go and give out our quarterfinal chief of the week player, Chris. We got some people in the chat here. We
Hey,
got Vito.
what up,
Vito
Vito?
6170. He says, "Hello, y'all. Thanks for going live talking about college sports. My favorite game was the Ole Miss game. I love seeing Trinidad Chambers succeed, considering he was just a D2 athlete last year. Love that for him. Yes, I definitely agree with you on that one, Vito. It's you don't see that every day. You don't see a guy come from D2 college
Yeah.
football and just boom, just become like a star
Didn't know he
in
was going to be
major
the
college
starter.
football. Yeah.
He just was a depth piece, essentially.
Hmm. Yeah. Austin
And
Simmons was
if Boston Simmons doesn't get hurt against Kentucky, we might not. This might not ever have happened.
agreed. I'm with you. So yeah, man. Yeah, Vito. It's amazing to see a guy like Trinidad Chambers' story coming from D2 and then going to Ole Miss, a team that a lot of people say is like that middle of the pack team in the SEC. And the same with our Mississippi State Bulldogs, Chris. And I know that they usually don't play like it the last couple of years, but they've always called those teams the middle of the pack inside the SEC. And you look at them now, they beat a Georgia team. No one really had Georgia losing that game. Yeah, as a lot of people, Georgia was going to go through and win this whole thing.
Hmm.
That was
Especially after Ohio State lost.
exactly.
That opened up the floor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was how confident Georgia and Georgia fans were before that Sugar Bowl game. They they just knew that they were ready to go to another national championship. They were just ready to go to Miami. But that's that's not the case. That's not going to happen, unfortunately. So yeah, it is a great story, Vito. I'm glad that you mentioned that. And you also asked, do you guys think Indiana is going to be the next powerhouse in the Big Ten, or do you believe that they are just having two peak seasons, then back to the usual? Well, Vito, me and Chris, we've talked about Indiana. I think they're here to stay. I think Kurt Signetti, you see that guy on the sideline, he's hardly
Google me.
smiling. Google me. I win. When you hear stuff like that, you just put on a t-shirt, like you just that guy just
What more?
brings yeah.
You can
Look,
talk about Alabama.
I know, right? This man bludgeoned Alabama. You don't see that every day. And look, I know Georgia did it to them in the SEC championship. That's Georgia. They usually do that to a lot of people up until they meet someone that they usually don't play
And Georgia
against.
didn't even beat Indiana. It's bad. Indiana did them dirty.
Yeah. I know. That's the crazy thing about it. So, yeah, Vito, I think Indiana is here to stay. I don't think that this is a fluke. I think we have went week to week to week to see just how Kurt Signetti makes these teams be what they are year in and year out. I mean, this is his second year there. I think he has something cooking at, at Indiana. I don't think that this is a just a one off. I think for many years to come, we're going to find out that Indiana is that team that's going to pretty much throw some jabs, potential haymakers at you in the Big Ten. And teams that are behind Indiana, they're going to have to catch up. So we'll see. We'll see. And one last question Vito has for us, Chris.
Yeah.
Says he's a Michigan fan. I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on the Whittingham hire. You think he will improve Underwood and also succeed? That's a great question. Chris, what are your thoughts about Kyle Whittingham? I know, I kind of had my thoughts
Hmm.
about the hire. I think it's a great hire. I think the guy is trying to, he's always been that coach to create a culture that's long standing. And if he can do that at Michigan, at a school that really needs it right now,
Hmm.
I think he can definitely do some great things at Michigan. Give him a good like 5 to 7 years to see what he can do because he is in his mid sixties.
It's
I think he's
60s. Yeah.
66. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think he has at least a good 6 to 7 seasons left in him, Vito. But what were your thoughts, Chris, about the hire?
I like the hire. I feel like Whittingham is someone that's an established, proven coach, and you might look at his recruiting classes and be like, he hasn't recruited well, but who's pulling in top 20 classes at Utah? Give the guy the resources that Michigan has, and I feel like he's someone that is tailor made to come in and reset things immediately, get his culture established, and I think it's a good hire. I think he will have success immediately, year one. We'll compete. We'll see how he's able to fill a team around an Underwood, and hopefully, they're able to keep him in the fold. But we'll see what receivers they go out there and get. But I'm not worried about the O line. I feel like as far as we've seen from Utah, Corey, Utah has always been tough in the trenches, and I think that's something that Michigan as a program has pride, takes pride in as well, is being tough in the trenches. So it honestly feels like a match made in heaven where you can continue to do what you are known to do as the University of Michigan, but then also you can take things to another level with a guy who is that guy and is seasoned and ready for the moment to be the head man at Michigan. Sharon Moore was a little wet behind the ears, and it seems like everything kind of got to be a lot for him. That's not going to be the case for Kyle Whittingham. He's the complete opposite. He's ready to go. And I think this team from day one will be ready to insert themselves into the mix as one of the top teams and a contender to win the Big Ten next season.
Agreed. I'm right there with you, Chris. I think Kyle Whittingham definitely has something to offer still in the world of college football, and I think I think he's a great fit. I think he's going to be a great fit for Michigan. I think he brings that level of intensity and just expectations out of his players. And like I said, over the break, that's something that Michigan definitely needs. Bring in a guy like that. I'm ready to see what he does, what he cooks up there in Ann Arbor. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, we appreciate all of your questions, Vito.
Hey, thank you, Vito. Shout
Yeah,
out.
absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, Chris, before we head out, we'll talk about just the transfer portal. What are your thoughts about the transfer portal? Because man, we only like a couple of days in this portal with well, we only really like one and a half days in the
Yeah,
portal now,
yeah.
and so much has happened. We've seen guys show up on billboards in New York City. And Brendan Sorsby, I
Hmm.
mean, man, like, look, you already paid the man. Like, what more you need to do?
I know, I know. My thoughts are Tech and Indiana said we're not going anywhere.
No, we're not.
Those are the winners so far in the portal right now. Um, Kentucky is trying to make some noise too now with getting some players, some quarterbacks in. Uh, let's see. There's other teams that's trying to make moves.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Mississippi State get a receiver from Missouri, Johnson.
Yep.
They were able to get him, so that's a good get for the Bulldogs.
Mm-hmm.
But the main players have been Indiana and Texas Tech, and so if that continues and those teams bring in top portal classes, based on what we've seen last couple seasons, if you bring in a top five portal class, you're putting yourself in prime position to be in the playoffs. That's
Mm-hmm.
why Texas Tech made the playoffs this year. They brought in one of the best portal classes. Um, Indiana seems to have, it looks like Coach C has a formula for kind of guys he likes to bring in. And that's what they are doing. They're bringing them in immediately. And so there's still a lot of action to take place. A lot of guys that will be entering the portal still too, even off of these rosters that have made playoff runs. But uh, but that's my main takeaway is IU and Tech. They'll be players next season.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Look, they're doing some work right now, man. Just those programs. You gotta watch out for Tech, man. Hey, when we found out that their big donor was bringing in the bags just for this season for this team that just finished in the Orange Bowl, that wasn't no fluke. They were all in, and for next season, they're going to be just as much as all in as they were this past season. So, yeah, I'm. It's going to be intriguing. The portal ends on the 16th of January, folks. So, Chris and I, we're going to be talking about all of the movement that's going around in college football with over like 4,000 players. Unheard of, Chris,
It seems
in the
like yeah,
portal.
yeah. It's like
That's
it's like
everybody.
30%. Yeah, it's a lot of guys. I want to say almost like 30% of these guys are in the portal.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it's wild.
It's wild. It's wild, man. Definitely is. So, yeah, man, we're gonna see what happens with all of these players. I was just shocked to see guys like Parker Livingstone. That's a guy that was rooming with Arch Manning, if I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken. That Parker Livingstone, not at Texas anymore, looking to find a new home. Last time we heard, he has a visit with Indiana. So that's what we're talking about. Big time guys. DeAndre Moore, another Texas guy in the portal. We'll see where DJ Lagway goes, Chris. Sounds like Florida State is in the running for his services out there in Tallahassee. So the list just keeps going on and on and on. We need to make our top five
that
portal list, Chris.
I'm
Top
sorry,
five portal
Corey.
players.
That that's not going to end well. I feel like if that happens, I want the best for DJ Lagway. I just don't know if Florida State is going to bring the best and the most out of DJ Lagway.
But Mike
Is
Novell needs it, Chris. He needs to succeed next
he needed
season.
he needed another DJ to succeed, and we saw how that went.
Look. If you get another DJ and it doesn't succeed, we got a problem with just getting DJs on this team at the quarterback position. Like, look, something needs to be done.
Hey, he's a talented guy, but I'm just not seeing it with DJ Lagway. I'm just put it out there. I don't see it. I don't see it. He has the arm. He has the tools. But just like Marcel Reed, man, he is late on some of these throws, and that's just not going to cut it in big boy football. You can't be late with the reads, man. But we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
Can wherever he goes, can the coaching staff work their magic? I hope so. I want him to ball out. I just don't see it though. I just don't see it.
We'll see, man.
Respectfully.
Respectfully, indeed. So yeah, man. Oh yeah, we'll definitely be talking more about the transfer portal here on the Breakdown Sportscast for you good folks. Um, Giving you our thoughts, any major portal news that comes out. We'll be talking about it because out of the last several years of the portal being a thing, Chris. This has to be the craziest portal season that we've seen yet, and we've just hit a day on it.
Yeah.
so so yeah, it's crazy times, but it's what life is like when you have a thing like the transfer portal in college football. So,
Right.
so yeah, man. Well, Chris, before we head out of here, we got to go ahead and do it. We got to go ahead and give out our chief of the week for the quarterfinals of the college football playoffs. Our chief of the week, I got to go ahead and give it to this guy, Chris. Trinidad Chambers. This is for you, Vito. This guy was electric in the Sugar Bowl. He was 30 for 46, 362 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ended the game with a 90.6 QBR to cap off that Sugar Bowl victory. Like I always say, Chris, anytime when Ole Miss is in the Sugar Bowl, you can't count them out anymore. Like they own the Sugar Bowl. They probably tired of winning Sugar Bowls. They want more.
Right. They need one more for the collection this time.
Yeah. Well, I think this Sugar Bowl right here, you can't rip this out of their hands, the NCAA, and this is theirs. This is theirs to keep right here. But yeah, just an amazing performance by Chambers, and yeah, even more great for Ole Miss fans to know that potentially he's gonna run it back with the Rebels in 2026. So, yeah, man, he's just a dog, Chris. He is just a dog, and he shows it each and every week he's out there. So, shout out to Trinidad Chambers for a great game in the Sugar Bowl.
Oh yeah, man, he was incredible. Simply put, his icon, the star underneath him, was flashing all game. His impact player, it doesn't flash anymore on the new NCAA, or as we now call the new CFP. But if this was NCAA 06, it was pulsating. He from the first quarter to the fourth quarter, he was a 99 overall, plus 9 on all attributes: awareness, throwing power, throw on the run, speed, acceleration. He was elite. It's just one of those special games that he'll be talking about when he calls it a wraps in his career one day. Yeah, he'll be telling his kids and his kids' kids and his kids' kids' about that night.
Yeah, and hey, much deserving. It could very well be one of those defining moments where he can say, hey, that game right there is the reason why I got a ring. a college football national championship ring. So, yeah. Shout out to Trinidad Chambers. Shout out to Ole Miss. They're having a heck of a season, and we'll see if they can cap everything off with a college football national championship trophy to sit next to that Sugar Bowl trophy. So yeah, well, man, that's it, Chris. That is it for us. We appreciate you folks for joining in with us here on the show. Sorry that we were here just a little bit later, but we're glad that we got a chance to talk with all of you guys about just the bowl season in general. The bowl season, it was great. Got to see so many great games, great experiences. The Pop-Tarts Bowl delivered, as it always does. Putting the jackets on the Pop-Tarts, Chris, enshrining those Pop-Tarts.
We got to find a way to get the Pop-Tarts Bowl in the playoff.
Why not? Let it be a play-in game, Do something cool like that. That'll definitely be an amazing experience if we see something like that happen. So
We gotta get the Pop Tarts Bowl and the Xbox. We gotta get the Xbox Bowl in the playoffs as well.
yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. And seeing Master
We're
Chief,
expanding 16 teams. So hey,
seeing Master Chief on the sideline, hand out MVP trophies, the Xbox trophy, and say, achievement unlocked. You can
you
now.
advance to the next round of the college football playoff.
Oh man! Hey, and don't just give off the regular achievement saying. Give off the diamond saying. You have now unlocked the Peach Bowl, the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Good luck.
Good luck on your endeavors.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! That would be amazing. Be amazing indeed. But yeah, man. Yeah, just a great slate of games that we had during bowl season, and yeah, can't wait for these games coming up. Indeed, Chris. So yeah, man. Well, folks, always great to be here with you, Chris and I. We gotta get Chris out of here and get him some good rest for the evening. Before we do that, got some outros, Chris. I'll start off with you, good sir. Let the good folks
Yes,
know
sir.
where they can find you on social media.
Holla at your boy on X at Chris_Bolton_12 and on Instagram at Chris.Bolton_.
Awesome. And yeah, folks, you can find me on X at Listen to KSW. I'm on there talking college football, professional wrestling, all of that good stuff. So yeah, definitely follow me on there. But yeah, guys, we'll be back possibly on Wednesday. Well, we'll possibly have a show for Thursday. We'll get that show out for you on Thursday morning, before the Ole Miss Miami game, and that way we can get you guys to enjoy that game and just the rest of the weekend, as well as the Indiana and Oregon game. So we'll give out our thoughts on that for all of you, and um, yeah, just check back with us then as we'll continue on giving our thoughts of the college football playoffs. So be sure to be tuned in. But yeah, guys, for Corey Willis and Chris Bolton, you are listening to the Breakdown Sportscast. We will chat with y'all later. Peace.
Peace.